Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to the weekly Breslov Shir. This coming Shabbos is Parshas Sisa and also Parshas Parah. What is Sisa? Well, it begins with our giving charity for the Mishkan. It speaks about different spices that are necessary in the Mishkan. It speaks about Betzalel and Oholiav, who were chosen to build the Mishkan. It speaks about Shabbos. Then it tells the story of the golden calf. Story of the golden calf. At the end of the Parsha, it says how Moshe effected forgiveness and speaks how he drew the Jews close to Hashem, how his face shone, and he had to wear a mask, and he was able to transmit the Torah to all of Israel. That's the Parsha. Parshas Parah speaks about the laws of the red heifer and how it can purify a person who has become even the worst tumah, the worst impurities in the world. The Parah Aduma, the red heifer, red cow, can help attain purity for such a person. That's the Parsha in short. And we take a look at it. It begins with shkolim, with donations for the upkeep for building the Mishkan, for the upkeep of the Mishkan, for bringing the sacrifices, paying for the animals, and so on. Charity is, of course, one of the most important and major mitzvahs that a person could ever do. A little bit of charity goes a very long way. And there are people, as we know, throughout the world, are hungry and are starving. And it's up to us to try and help them. That's the idea of charity that comes behind the shkolim. Right? There are a lot of different charities in the world. I remember reading Newsweek many years ago. They had a full-page ad, Save the Tigers, or a full-page ad, Save the Whales. Right? I find that amazing. Right? People are starving, but you have to spend your money to save tigers. You have to save your money to save whales. Right? Spend your money to save whales and whatnot. So it's amazing. It was in 1988, you can check it, November. There was a story of 3 whales that were caught in an inlet near Alaska. It froze early, the whales were trapped. Right? 3 whales. Russia sent an icebreaker. America sent an icebreaker. Every day they would send helicopters over the whales and they would send them 10,000 pounds of fish so the whales would have what to eat. Can you imagine that? You know how much money went into that 3 whales? Tens of millions of dollars. Then the helicopter crews, then the news people got involved and they started filming it every day. It was amazing. This was 1988. Go check your Google. Point is that 10, 15, maybe $20 million went to space, save 3 whales. What about the human being, the homeless? So let's not get into it. We have to learn to prioritize what we're giving our funds for. Hospitals, places of learning, of studying. And I don't mean the Harvard that has $1 billion in endowments and whatnot. That's not worth it's not worth your tax-free contribution. It's not worth it. Right? Give to a place where it's needy, where people need to study, libraries. so on and so forth. Then the Torah goes on to the spices necessary for the Mishkan, for the Ketores, the Shemen HaMishcha, right? Rav Nosson writes that the Shemen HaMishcha is like the word Mashiach. Mashiach will be a sweet-smelling person, someone who's attractive, someone who the world will be drawn to. Why? Because Mashiach is going to try to draw the entire world to Hashem. And therefore we have to learn what smells right or not. How many times in our life do we have to face decisions? Is this right for me? Is this not? Does it smell right? Is it okay? Right? We have to pray to Hashem that we get the spices right, that we understand what life is really all about, the true value of life, and follow it. And how can we? When we build a sanctuary like Betzalel and Aliyah, right? We can build a sanctuary. What is that sanctuary? The Zohar says the different parts of the body represent the different parts of the sanctuary. So a person can take himself and build himself into a sanctuary for Hashem. Now, how's the best way to do that? By keeping Shabbos. To keep Shabbos, we realize that this world, we're not allowed to do any work in this world. Right? This Shabbos, we don't do any work. Everything is like the world to come. Everything has to be prepared beforehand. So too, I have to prepare my life. I prepare my sanctuary. I prepare my ability to accept godliness upon me. Then I can experience the world to come. If I don't, then we have the story of the golden calf. Think about it. They stood at Sinai, received the Torah. Hashem appeared to them. 40 days later, 40 days, right? They served an idol. They served an idol. They served the golden calf. They made a golden calf. You picture that? How can that be? 40 days, just 40 days, not 40 years, not a year and a half, right? 40 days ago, I saw Hashem at Mount Sinai. I saw Hashem, I received the Torah, and now I commit such a gross sin. I mean, the Gemara says it's even worse than that, because when they were standing at Sinai, they were already thinking of making a golden calf. So, that's really what destroys our life. We have so much capability. We have give charity. We could smell nice. It means we could discern between what's good and what's not. We have that power. We have to build a sanctuary. I could make myself into a vessel that carries godliness within me. I can keep Shabbos. If I don't, then I serve idols. Take a look at what goes on. There's a leftist. I'm getting tired of saying this. I can't stand the leftists, but I'm getting tired of even saying this about them. Right? What do they have in life? What do they have? Only material. It's idolatry. Anything that's not normal, they pursue. It's idolatry. It's a terrible thing. But that's what Olam Hazeh, that's what this world is all about. This world is all about having idolatry. There are idols in the sports world, idols in the music world, there are idols in the entertainment, in the movies, there are politicians who are idols, right? It's amazing the idolatry that goes on. You have Islam, they don't serve idols. Christianity has idols. Islam does not. And yet it's idolatry. You have to kill everybody. So there's idolatry. Why is that? Because nobody is thinking about building a sanctuary to Hashem. Now, I can't control the world. Not up to me. I have no say in the matter. I do have a say about myself. There's freedom. The Western ideology is freedom of speech, freedom of action. Yeah, I could do that. I have the freedom to choose a sanctuary for Hashem or to choose a golden calf. It's up to me. Whatever it is that I want, that's what I can make. And that's where we have all the difficulties that come up in this world today. Everyone now, in today's generation, I grew up in the 50s, 1950s in America. It was a decent place. I will say that. It was a very decent place. There were troubles, there were difficulties, there was anti-Semitism, and whatever. But it was a decent place. Today, nothing is decent. Crime is rampant throughout the world, right? Whatever I have, they want. And that's the way it works. That's the idolatries of today's world. I have to learn to focus on Hashem, which is what Moshe Rabbeinu did. He effected forgiveness. He taught us that there's a life beyond the materialism of this world. And he taught us that. And still, we're human beings. As human beings, we falter. As human beings, we make mistakes. As human beings, we intentionally do things wrong, right? And we fall into the terrible, most obscene types of idolatry. And the Torah teaches us, Parshas Porah, passage of the red heifer, that even from the worst type of impurities, a person could emerge and become pure. Rabbi Nachman said, there's no such thing as giving up hope. There's no such thing as despair, right? And that's what Parshas Porah teaches us, that there's always hope, no matter where I've been, no matter what I've done, no matter how far from Hashem I am, no matter how much I've steeped myself into idolatry, there is a solution. There is a way to come clean. There is a way to turn to Hashem. And that's why every year before Pesach, we all read the Parsha of the Porah Aduma, of the red heifer. May Hashem help that we work on ourselves, become a sanctuary for Hashem. We work on ourselves in order to be able to do good, to learn how to do good. And with that, Be'ezah Hashem, we will merit to see the coming of Mashiach, the building of the Beis HaMikdash, the ingathering of the exiles. Amen, Amen. We want to thank you all for watching these videos. We hope it's helped you, the ideas of Rabbi Nachman, Rabbi Nosson, and it will enhance your Shabbos. You'll have something extra to talk about. We hope you'll be able to share these ideas with other people too. And with that, we're going to see wonders upon wonders, how people's lives improve, and we have real reason to live, go forward with life, and to succeed in having a wonderful life. Amen.